गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः. We are in 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. And it begins as Arjuna Uvacha Evam Satata Yuktaye Bhaktan Swam Paryupasate Ye Chapyaksharam Avyaktam Tesham Ke Yoga Vittamaha. Those devotees who are steadfast and then worship. Steadfast means they are steady in their contemplation, in their devotion, in their commitment to the Lord. They are one type and the other, and these type of devotees are two types. One person is committed and steadfast and does the worship of Saguna Sakar, and the other one does of the Nirgun Nirakar. And in this, Arjunji asked that who of them is the better one? It is like asking, can you please tell me if my tummy is full after breakfast? Can anyone tell? Only you know. And this is what, because Arjun asked, so we also ask. Ki Swamiji, which sadhana will be best for me? How much I have improved in my sadhana from the last time that you saw me? Have I come up to my ankles or knees or tummy or heart? किस level तक आ गए हैं? तो ये सब, all this is, all this is not necessary, because only you know whether your tummy is full or not full. You want a chair? अच्छा आणता है. नहीं तिथं नाही बसू शकत ते. Too soft. She will sink. Then she'll need all of us to pull her out. So here and yesterday I explained to you what is involved in Karma Yoga, what is involved in Bhakti Yoga, what is involved in Jnana Yoga, and how in Bhakti Yoga the sadhana begins with Bhakti, remains in Bhakti, the means is Bhakti, and the destination is also Bhakti. Whereas in Karma Yoga, first we do it because we have been asked by our parents, by our teachers, whatever. And slowly, if your orientation is correct and you are not fighting what you are doing, then maybe the senses will come under control, and when the senses come under control, automatically the love for the Lord then develops. Then karma leads to devotion. In Jnana Yoga also, it is required Kshama, Dhamma, Uparama, Titiksha, Samadhan. You need to control your senses, you need to control your mind in order to think about that which is beyond thought. This is what we told yesterday. And when the conclusion of Jnana Yoga is what? the conclusion of Gyan, where is knowledge? Is it in the heart or is it in the head? It is in the head. Gyan Yoga is in the intellect, isn't it? Then what happens when you ultimately gain the knowledge of, you merge into the infinite? What will happen? The heart will open up. The knowledge must express as flowering of the heart. If that is what is going to happen in the end, then why not we begin with love and devotion and keep moving and expanding by the grace of the divine? He will make us grow, he will make us expand. So in karma and bhakti and gyan, we are trying to distance ourselves from the world consciously. Whereas in devotion, we don't distance ourselves from the world because our attention is that everything is nothing but the divine. The divine is in me and I am in the divine. He is all that there is. With this idea, we approach in devotion. It's a journey of love and faith. Now, this is where I left you yesterday. I told you what is the difference between love and faith. Now we'll see that in our next verse. Repeat after me. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Maya Veshamano Ye Mam Maya Veshamano Ye Mam Nitya Yukta Upasate Shraddhaya Parayopetaha ते मे युक्ततमामताः Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, the Lord, the blessed Lord, the Lord with the 6 qualities of Ishitva, Vashitva, of being smaller than the smallest and bigger than the biggest, like that 6 qualities are there. That is Bhagavan. And that is, these qualities are his Shri. So Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, he spoke. And what did he say? Those who Maya Vesha Manoyevam. Maya Aveshya. So he who enters. Here it says very simple. Those who fixing their mind on me. Avesh means भूत का आवेश हो जाता है. Someone takes over you, isn't it? So you take the name in such a way, or you think of the Lord in such a way that the Lord takes you over. उनका आवेश हो जाए. If you remember, at least as kids we remember, हमारी कॉलोनी में we used to have one lady, उसमें नवरातों में every year she will get Devi in her. And when I went to, I didn't tell my parents, I went there. They were all against all this, my parents. But I went, one day I was coming back from work and I got the, parents didn't know, but I had a go ahead to go to work in Middle East. So everything was going on, the process was going on. So I went there, in our colony only, first house. And the moment she looked at me, she went into da. कहती है, तू जरूर जाएगा, मन में शंका मत कर. And I went. It was like, amazing experience. Yes, you still had doubt कि उसने कैसे, पर फिर मन में ये भी आ रहा उसको, how did she come to know? Similarly, when I was in Middle East, Baghdad, and I was going to Switzerland to study, on my last day, this girl, young girl, 22-year-old, she had again Durga Mata Avesha. She was working and we were living in the quarters, and someone said, and she was frothing and writhing on the floor. हमको कुछ पता नहीं क्या चल रहा है ये. So in the end, after 2-3 hours of all that drama, she laid down and she said to one girl, give me white cloth, give me a bath and put white cloth on me. I don't want any other color. And she was there, and we were also exhausted. Ki chal kya raha hai? And eventually, next day I have got my flight, and this is at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, because curiosity. For me, it was curiosity. ये क्या हो रहा है? I never experienced something like this, and that time I used to have some experiences, but not something like this. This is too much. And I went there, and her head was in the lap of one of the girls, and I was at the feet of that girl, and with the white sheet, and I just spontaneously I started pressing her feet, and suddenly she opened her eyes like this, big. पहले तो डर लगा कि ये क्या है. She says, you are going to Switzerland, you will have many difficulties, but you will come through that. You will be successful. फिर से, I never knew. When I left India, someone blessed me. I am leaving Switzerland, Baghdad. She blessed me. See, the reason I am telling you this is आवेश आ जाता है, आवेग आ जाता है, चढ़ जाता है कुछ, किसी को गुस्से का आवेग आ जाता है, you know, the anger takes over your whole being, your every limb shakes, your mind is disturbed, and your tongue doesn't know what it is speaking. आवेश हो गया. So similarly, Bhagavan है मय्यावेश मनोये माम. He who applies his mind to me and allows me to take over the mind or the being of such a of the person, nitya yukta upasate. And in this frame of mind, he nitya yukta, continuously. Nitya is eternally. Yukta means continuous application, non-stop application. And that application can be even while you are listening to me, whether you are cooking, whether you are eating, whether you are bathing, whether you are walking, whether you are taking care of your child. Yesterday I gave you one example, or somewhere I gave you the example that the mother can keep thinking of the child and yet do everything, isn't it? Right now you're doing everything, but you're involuntarily, your attention is on the baby in the womb, isn't it? Yeah. So you know how to do it. Same quality, same ability has to be shifted to the Lord. You keep thinking of the Lord right now, the right qualities will start expressing through the child. And this is very good, because prenatal education, you are doing satsang every day. तो बहुत अच्छी बात है. Majority of the people don't do it. So that child is coming with its own destiny. And that's why he made sure that before he comes, mom is interested in satsang, that mom is taking the name of the Lord, that mom loves saints and sages, that mom does the puja, that mom does the japa. Already pre-program shuru ho gaya hai. So in this way, you are also doing the same. Maya vesha manoye mam nitya yukta upasate. Upasate, upasana means what? Upa means near, asana means sitting. Sitting near. Sitting near what? Sitting near the Lord. How? Nitya yukta, continuous application of sitting near the Lord, so that either your mind gets absorbed in the Lord or the Lord takes over you completely. Simple. मय्यावेश्य मनो ये माम नित्य युक्ता उपासते श्रद्धया परयोपेताः ते मे युक्ततमा मताः. And worship me, and those. So this is one person. See, when in the first line what is being talked about, when we love someone, we want to possess that person, isn't it? Isn't it? If I had a girlfriend when I was young, then what will I be doing? I will like to possess. I'll get married. I will make her my own. If I love this laptop, I will immediately make sure nobody touches it, nobody mishandles it, because I love my laptop, because without it I can't do my talks or camera or whatever. I will take care. I will be possessive of it. But where there is Shraddha, Now, second line is about Shraddha. Shraddhaya parayopetaha te me yukta tamamataha. But those people who are endowed with faith. So, where is love? Where is love in you? In your heart, isn't it? And where is Shraddha? Is it in your heart? Or heart means mind. So, is Shraddha in your mind? Or where is it? Shraddha is the quality of the intellect. It gets inculcated in intellect. Shraddha is not at the sensory level. Shraddha is not at the body level. Shraddha is not at the breath level. Shraddha is not at the mind level, because mind is too fickle. So it gets emotional. Whatever we get emotionally involved with, we want to possess it. Maya Vesha, and that is what you are doing. Someone showed you the photograph of your husband or wife and you liked it or you loved it, and rest is history. Then you looked at this house and you loved it. So lot of light from this side also, that side also, you possessed it. This is how everything in life, whether it is a dress, whether it is your child, whether it is your circumstances, whether you want a particular dish, it comes out nice. Oh, I love that dish. Repeat it again. Isn't it? So this is how it is. But when it comes to Shraddha, so Shraddha, love is at the emotional level. Shraddha is not at emotional level. So we are made up of knowledge, left brain and right brain. Right brain is emotional, left brain is intellectual. You know that. Yin Yang, Ida Pingla. So same way, the first line in this verse talks about the emotional aspect of a person, and the second one says Shraddhaya parayopetaha, the intellect. But when we have trust and faith in a person, then what do we do? Huh?
We depend on them.
No, wrong conclusion. Wrong conclusion. So when we have love for someone, we want to possess it, make it our own. Because they are still separate for us and we want to make it ours. When we have Shraddha towards the same person, then what we will do? Never thought about it, no? Think. We accept them, no doubt, we'll accept, but
We take care of them.
good. We will take care of them. Whatever they say, we will do it. Because we trust. We have faith. See, mother takes care of the child. That small child kicks the mother, small child slaps the mother, small child pulls the hair of the mother. But she is not taking care of the child only because of love. It is because of Shraddha, because of trust. So, where Shraddha comes, we start losing our own being for the sake of the other. You understand what I am saying? In love, it is an emotional attachment, emotional involvement. It can break also, till it doesn't become concretized. But faith, whether there is love or not, if the faith is there, you will keep working towards it. I have faith that that I should offer arghya to the sun every day. Whether I have seen sun or not, I'll keep offering the arghya. Why are you got the temple here? Every one of you have a temple in their house. Have you seen God in form coming in front of you and touch? You have been touching. Maybe you have, I don't know, but I'm just in general I'm saying. But here we are praying, chanting the mantra, doing the arghya, so many things we are doing, the satsang, listening to satsang right now. We have oriented our whole life towards the divine, isn't it? Is it out of love for the divine or is it out of faith in the divine? You understand the difference? One side is emotional, no doubt it will be there. But more powerful and more consuming, more commitment comes from faith. So we have never seen the divine, yet every day we are praying to the divine. What is the reason? We have faith that the divine exists, that one day the divine will grace us, that one day the divine will bless us in whichever way. We don't know how, but it will happen. In the first satsang, I don't know who was there at Surya's house. There we told the story of Dhruva. Dhruva went to the jungle to pray to the Lord merely out of faith. Has he seen the Narayana? Never. Then why did he go there? Because his mother said that only Narayana can help you. His stepmother said only Narayana can help you. So if my mother says that only Narayana can help you, and who is Narayana? The statue in the house. And when he asked, where is Narayana? She said, oh, here you are seeing statue, but he is everywhere. Now he went in search because mom has said so. Complete faith. Not only in the words of the mother, but also in that if mother is saying that the Lord is everywhere, he must be everywhere. I will find him. No doubt. और हमारी क्या सिचुएशन है? Neither we have Maya Veshe Mano Yamam, nor we have Shraddhaya Parayo Veta. We are in default settings. We may have love, I'm not saying, but it is not all consuming love. We have faith, but we have more faith towards our family and children than the Lord. Think. We have more faith in our own ability than in the divine. So we have four faiths. Shraddha is in four areas. One is, they say, according to the Shastras, the faith in the Ishvara, that has to be there. Then second faith must be in the scriptures, because that is the Vani of the Lord. He is giving us the scriptures. So we must have faith in the scriptures. We have faith in the Lord, we have faith in the scriptures. But when we open the scriptures, like me, I could not understand anything. But when I became ready to understand, I fully understood that the scripture should be taught by a teacher. I cannot understand it myself. So when that clicked, the teacher appeared in my life. So faith in the Guru Maharaj. Because who is Guru? Who understands the scriptures and who knows that he and the Lord are one. You understand? That will be the saint. If there are some other categories, they have complete conviction about the divine. They are waiting for that time of consummation. But they are able to teach the scriptures. We must go to that person who's committed to the scriptures, who's committed to the Lord. From such a person, you study the scriptures. So, faith in the Lord, faith in the scriptures, faith in the Guru Maharaj, who is teaching us the scripture, and eventually faith in the ability that whatever the teacher is teaching, I will understand. I will make it आत्मसात करेंगे उसका. तो these four faiths we have to have. And what is the teacher telling you? If any teacher is telling you that I am God, now you follow me, run away from that fellow. Then what is Guru teaching? Guru is teaching that God is everywhere. And Guru is everywhere. That Sadguru principle which is within your heart is appearing as the physical teacher outside to teach you so that you can expand and see the Guru Tattva everywhere all the time. And how do you know and access the Guru Tattva all the time? That every moment life is coming towards you. Nature is presenting something. When I am drinking the water, we will say, I am drinking water. But if जिसके दृष्टि परिवर्तन हो गया है, what will he say? Oh, गंगा जल मिल गया. समझ रहे हो क्या बोल रहे हैं? दूसरा बोलेगा पत्नी ये काम करो, नहीं वो कहेगा देवी ये ले आइए प्लीज, या उसकी वो देवी की सेवा करेगा, देवी अपने पति देव की सेवा करेगी. तो कंटिन्यूअस सर्विस. तो जहाँ श्रद्धा होती है, वेयर देर इज फेथ, देर इज the seeker, the sadhaka is ready to do whatever is required, which mothers can know, fathers come to know afterwards. Once the child is born, the mother forgets her sleep, forgets her hunger, forgets everything. First and foremost is they're taking care of that child, isn't it? You all know that. That much is our commitment as a seeker. Now we are not bringing here the mother in. We are just saying the mother has that ability. So that ability you can transfer to Bhagavan. And that will only happen if we have the faith. So, Shraddhaya parayopetaha te me yuktatama mataha. Bhagavan says that, in my opinion, those who are endowed with supreme faith towards the Lord, they are the superior yogis. They are the superior yogis. And I have already given you the reasons. Karma yogi, for him, he is a part of the world is separate to him, and he wants to go to the higher lokas or etc., but he doesn't want to merge into the divine. Isn't it? Oh, and somewhere in that process, he might fall in love with the divine. But it's an elongated process where he feels he and the divine are separate. In Jnana Yoga, the Jnani, he feels the world is an impediment, a problem, so I must withdraw from the world. So for withdrawing from the world, I have to control my senses, I have to control my mind. Karma Yogi also has to do it. He withdraws from the world to realize that he is the Atma, he is the Nirgun Nirakar. That was what we told, no? Sagun Sakar and Nirgun Nirakar. So Jnani is contemplating on Nirgun Nirakar. But he doesn't have something to hold on to, and it takes him long time, because to give up the attachment to the relations, the attachment to give up the body, to give up the attachment that I am someone, is very hard until unless complete absorption doesn't take place. And what is complete absorption require in that mark of Nirgun Nirakar? Complete purification of the mind. That is required. In Bhakti Yoga, again I am repeating, from the beginning you are not doing anything. All you are doing is, everything in this world is divine, and in everything in this world, this body, this sense, this mind, this intellect is also part of the world. This is also divine. So all I should do is remember the divine. And what is that? Bhakti. And in that, the transformation automatically happens without the seeker needing to perform any austere practices. Fasting करना है, नवरात्रि का fasting करना है, and nothing like that. Then what is he require? What does it require? Only remembering the Lord with love and faith. That's all. Like Meera, like so many. Surdas ji was there, Tulsi Das ji was there, our Gora Kumbhar was there, Ramdev ji was there. So many are there. Our Bharatvarsh is full of the devotee saints. Ramakrishna Paramahans was there, who was dedicated to Kali Mata. So in this manner, apne Neem Karoli Baba, he was having faith in Hanumanji, and he was another. He had all the qualities of Hanuman and the abilities of Hanuman. You know who Neem Karoli Baba is? The Apple. You know who is the owner of Apple, who passed away? What is his name?
Yes.
Steve Jobs. Before he started Apple, he went to Neem Karoli Baba. Before he founded Apple, he went to Neem Karoli Baba. Neem Karoli Baba blessed him. And the Apple company till today it is working. Birla ji, the first Birla, he was just a simple business person, shopkeeper or something. He wanted to do business. Then he went to one Mahatma, I can't remember the name. He says, that is not a problem. You will become very, very wealthy. But you commit. What, sir? You keep building the temples for the Lord. So that's why you see so many Birla Mandirs. And it is still followed by the family. Because the day they stop, business will go. That is the commitment of that devotee. See? So what are we committed to? These fellows, they went with something. But they went to whom? A person who was dedicated and having faith in the Lord. Many people used to, I told you in the story, in the satsang also, that many people used to come to Namdev Maharaj to solve their problems. Namdev Baba, he used to chant Panduranga, Panduranga, Panduranga Vitthale, Hari Narayan, and Bhagawan used to come and remove the problems from that devotees. He never asked anything for himself, but it used to happen. So we are not here to show those siddhis, but here Bhagavan is saying that in my opinion, yuktatama me mataha. What is in my opinion that the best yogis are those endowed with supreme faith, not just emotional love. Love is required. And in this manner, if that thought is clear, see, a person has love for money. What will it turn into? Greed for money. If you have love for Lord, what will it lead to? Greed for Lord. And then anyone who has greed, if someone becomes an obstacle in between, what will happen? Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha sangasteshu upajayate. Anything you think of, you get attached to it. You get attached to it, you get desire for it. Desire, if fulfilled, leads to greed. Greed cannot be fulfilled, then what will happen? Anger. So even greed for God, if it is from the point of possessing the Lord, it will make you chidchida, it will make you irritable. You are sitting here chanting the name of the Lord or remembering the Lord, someone comes and you get disturbed and you bark at that person. You just when you are standing and now you are feeling that you are really, the name of the Lord is taking me, suddenly the bell goes ting tong. Abhi yaar, abhi aana tha. See? So it leads to irritation and agitation in the mind. But if there is faith, what is faith? We just told you, everything is divine. There is no reaction. ठीक है, you just go, but without agitation or irritation in the mind. This is the quality when the devotion is born out of faith, not just emotional, not just by attachment. Clear? Okay, so if we move to the next verse. So Bhagavan said that in the previous verse he said that these are the people with the form and the God with form and attributes. They are meant to be the best yogis. Yukta te yukta tama mata. So, in my opinion, then what about those who follow the Nirgun Brahma? Nirgun Nirakar Brahma, formless, attributeless reality, where will they go? They'll go to dogs? Or is there a hope for them also? So, automatically this question arises in the mind of the Arjun, and the person who's standing in front of Arjun is the master himself. So he knows this thought is troubling him, and immediately he answers that question also. ये त्वक्षरमनिर्देश्यम् अव्यक्तं पर्युपासते सर्वत्र गमचिन्त्यं च कूटस्थम् अचलं ध्रुवं सन्नियम्येन्द्रियग्रामं सर्वत्र समबुद्धयः ते प्राप्नुवन्ति मामेव सर्वभूतहिते रताः I think if we keep repeating everything, if I chant now, we will not finish the verses in this chapter. But this one I'll chant. Ye त्वक्षरमनिर्देश्यम् अव्यक्तं पर्युपासते सर्वत्र गमचिन्त्यं च कूटस्थम् अचलं ध्रुवं सन्नियम्येन्द्रियग्रामं सर्वत्र समबुद्धयः ते प्राप्नुवन्ति मामेव सर्वभूतहिते रताः. But those who worship, whom do they worship? They worship the imperishable Akshara Brahma, the in, and who is he? Achintyam, or Akshara is the first word, the other is Aksharam Anirdeshyam, and he is the undefinable. Usko, there is no place, Anirdeshyam. So there is no, if something has a form, then you can locate it in somewhere in the universe. But here it has got no form, so there is no location for it. So anirdeshyam, undefinable. How can you say? What is the definition of that which has got no form? Anirdeshyam, avyaktam. Avyaktam is unmanifest, and manifest that which is which has not manifested yet. So that which is unmanifest is without any form again. Sarvatram, and that which is everywhere, sarvatram, sarvatragam, okay, sarvatragam, that it is everywhere, it is moving everywhere. Without moving, it is everywhere. अरे हमको तो यही पता है कि if you move from your house and walk over to this house, then you reach this house. But he moves around everywhere without moving. Amazing. See? Then achintyam, that which is beyond comprehension of the mind, meaning that formless, attributeless reality, nirgun nirakar reality, is beyond the thoughts. Achintyam. Chinta is through thoughts. That which is achintyam, beyond thoughts. Then kutastham. Kutastham is the anvil. Anvil is that on which the blacksmith uses that piece of metal on which he takes the hot iron and makes different shapes. So the hot iron changes the shape, but the kutastha, the anvil on which he is hitting that hot iron with the hammer, that base is not getting disturbed. It remains the same. So same way, what is that on which the whole universe is dancing? What is that on which all the waves of past, present, future have come and gone? What is that? Water. What is that on which all the pots of past, present, future are coming and going? Mud. What is that on which the entire past, present, future and every aspect of this creation is existing, is existing, is maintained, and it goes back to. What is that? That is Kutastham. That is Nirgun Nirakar. If you want to make it subjective, what is that? Where is your creation? What is your creation? Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti and Samadhi, isn't it? Jagrat comes and goes with the Jagrat Jagat. Swapna Jagat comes and goes with the Swapna, the dreamer and the dream world. And the unmanifest is the deep sleep. So, and the meditation. All these four come and go. Where they come and go? In you. Who is you? Have you come and gone, or the waker has come and gone? Dreamer has come and gone. Sleeper has come and gone. Meditator has come and gone. But when we talk, we say, I woke up this morning at 6 o'clock, But did you wake up, or the waker woke up? Waker woke up. With reference to the waking world, he has got this body. But who are you? Are you the one who comes and goes, or are you the one who is continuous? So your experience is that all the four avasthas, Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti and Samadhi, they come and go. And you are watching them. You are the eternal Sakshi. And we want to come to know that Sakshi is Nirgun Nirakar. That is not with this form. Then who is Sagun Sakar? That Sakshi, when we say this Sakshi is here, who is the Sakshi of the whole universe? That is that Ishvara. So Kutastham Achalam. Achalam is that which is unmoving. Chala is to walk, to move. Achala is which does not walk. So Kutastham Achalam. Dhruvam, very important. Dhruvam, it is. Dhruvam, that is which is fixed. Dhruvam is which is unshakable. So Dhruvatara is unshakable. He is always in the same place. So similarly, this Nirgun Nirakar Tattva is also Dhruvam. It is unshakable. It is, because we have used so many 8 different adjectives to explain it, doesn't mean that it does not exist. It is Dhruvam. Then Sanniyamyendriya Gramam Sarvatra Samabuddhayaha. Then how do we come to know this one? Here it is told that to know this unqualified reality, Bhagavan is qualified reality. Nirgun Nirakar is unqualified reality. So how do you come? Sanniyamyendriya Gramam. Control your senses by restraining your senses, and sarvatra samabuddhayaha. So wherever life has placed you, right now it has placed you here in the satsang, you as listener, me as speaker, continuously so many sounds outside are coming. When your attention is on me and the words, but sometimes the attention may shift to the temple, sometimes it may shift to the design on this cloth, sometimes it may go to the Kal Nirnay, sometimes it may go to the camera. Attention keeps wavering sometimes. You may be listening. Sometimes you are listening and watching. But sometimes you are only listening and watching something else. Sometimes you are watching and listening something else. This is going on. So here it is told, Sarvatra Samabuddhayaha. Let your intellect be equanimous towards everything. Sarvatra, towards every stimuli that is coming to you. Every experience that is coming to you, because you cannot stop that in life. Every moment, something will come. Either waking experience will come, dream will come, or sleep will come, or meditation will come. But something will come. You cannot remain empty. You may say, oh, I was sitting in meditation, my mind was empty. That's your foolishness. But something will always keep coming. Then what should be our attitude towards it? Equanimity. What is equanimity? Balanced mind. What is that balanced mind? That mind which does not react to everything. And such people, by restraining all the senses, sanniyamyendriya gramam, sarvatra samabuddhayaha, by being even-minded, by being maintaining equanimity towards everything, samabuddhayaha, te prapnuvanti mameva sarvabhuta hite rataha, engrossed. And such people, important thing is not become depressed, not become aloof, not become touch me not. I am spiritual Baba. You must be going to India many times. Some Mahatmas, they don't allow you to touch their feet. Isn't it? फालतू की चीजें हैं. If everything is divine, so they have come to know I am divine but others are undivine. So पैर छुएगा तो मेरी एनर्जी उसको निकल जाएगी, इसलिए हाथ नहीं लगाने देते. But everything is divine. So te prapnuvanti mameva, they attain to me who sarva bhute hite rataha, that they revel in the whole creation. Reveling in the whole creation or in all directions or in everything does not mean only hugging everyone. It means serving everyone. So यहाँ पे बोलते हैं कि that te prapnuvanti mameva, such yogis, they come to me who have controlled their senses, who are equanimous towards everything that is coming to them, and they are not going into solitude or silence or depression. Instead, what are they doing? They are living 110% inspired life, serving the society, serving the world. That serving the world can also happen by silence, but attention is serving the world. If you are sitting in silence and someone comes and asks you, hey, get away from here, देखा नहीं मैं silence में बैठा हूँ, this is not service. Because they are samabuddhaya, no reaction from them. Whatever comes, everything is okay. Everything is okay. They should just keep flowing because their attention is that everything is divine. All in one, one in all. So in this manner, Bhagavan says, they also come to me. But what did he say in the previous verse? The best of the yogis are these devotees. But those who are following Nirgun Nirakar, they also come to me. They don't get left on the wayside. But the sadhana that they have to do is more hard compared to the devotees. See, in Nirgun Nirakar Upasana, it is a foregone fact that first you have to withdraw yourself from this world, because all the stimuli of the world are disturbing you. So you say, I am not the, you give, sannyas is what? At a very physical level. Sannyas is what? You give up the home, you give up the relations, you give up and go into some cave, go into some ashram. That happens. But today where do we find ourselves? In the middle of the world. With the people. So once you establish yourself, and that's not necessary that you have to go to an ashram or anywhere. There are many masters. I gave one example yesterday, Akhandanandji Maharaj. I gave you have read all the story of our Bhagawan Ramakrishna Paramahans. You have heard the story of Gondavlekar Maharaj. They didn't run away from the family. Mother was with him. First wife died, mother made forcefully get him married second time. What can he do? But that does not dilute. It did not dilute his faith in the Lord, his commitment to the Lord, his sadhana. It didn't dilute. They are a little bit hiccup if you look at it as a hiccup. But if you look at it as it is a divinely ordained, then it is part and parcel of the whole journey. So in this manner, Bhagavan here gives this verse and then continues. Where are we? हाँ, अरे 4 आ गया, हाँ 4. क्लेशोऽधिकतरस्तेषाम् क्लेशोऽधिकतरस्तेषाम् अव्यक्तासक्तचेतसाम् अव्यक्तासक्तचेतसाम् अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखम् अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखम् देहवद्भिरवाप्यते देहवद्भिरवाप्यते. He says, Kleshodhikatarastesham avyaktasakta chetasam avyakta hi gatir dukkham dehavadbhiravapyate. The difficulty in following the discipline of those whose minds are attached to the unmanifest, Bhagavan is telling, Klesho, their mind is in a disturbance. Why? The attached to the unmanifest is greater because nothing to hold on to. For the unmanifest is hard to reach by the body conscious beings. Avyakta hi gatir dukkham. Avyakta is unmanifest. That unmanifest nirgun nirakar reality is difficult to be attained by the seeker, by the sadhakas. Who are these sadhakas for whom it is difficult to attain? Those who are still body identified. So can a person say I am body disidentified? Because if you say I am body disidentified, you are identified with the body. You understand? Now I am sleeping. Can you say that? Can you say I am sleeping now? Because once you have slept, the eye is gone. The body is gone. There is no ownership of the body once you have gone to sleep. Similarly, the person who says, I think I am now gross body disidentified. Now only identification with the mind and intellect is left. बेवकूफ बना रहा है. होते हैं कई इस टाइप के सब नमूने आते हैं हमारे पास. Swamiji, I was watching my breath and the breath became very quiet and shallow. Anyway, so avyakta hi gatir dukkham dehavad bhiravapyate. Avapyate, that he is still the person who is still having the idea that he is a body. How does he know that? How do you say that he is the body? If the sadhaka is still saying, I am a sadhaka, is equal to I am the body. Understand? Very subtle. If you say I am still a seeker, I am still a sadhaka, I am still the meditator, you are identified with the, even if you say I am, you are still identified with the body. The ego is not that easy going to let go. So, therefore, Bhagavan is saying here that those who are body conscious beings, whether gross body or vital air body or mental body, emotional body or intellectual body, or beyond that, Anandmaya Kosh. What is Anandmaya Kosh? I think I got no thoughts in my mind. My mind is in void. There's emptiness, there's nothing. All these are all caricatures of sadhakas. They can never realize the Nirgun Nirakar. They have to, this idea that Bhagavan is just not saying that they cannot realize, they can, but it is difficult for them compared to the devotee who is contemplating on the Sagun Sakar. Yesterday I gave the example between the two eyes, between the two lips, between the two feet. Where does one go? Again comes to Nirgun Nirakar only, no? You want to merge with the Lord. He is taking you. He merges. As your love increases towards the Lord, the variety of the Lord is a distraction. The crown, the Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma is a distraction. As your love increases, your attention focuses on the two eyes of the Lord, or the two lips of the Lord, or the 2 feet of the Lord. And when you focus, now from manyness of the Lord, it has come to 2 eyes, 2 lips, 2 feet. wherever your heart takes you. And if you maintain that momentum of surrender and bhav and faith, remain in communion with Him, somewhere when He feels you are completely purified, because He will make you purified if you are thinking of Him, isn't it? You will be absorbed. Once you get, because you want to merge into Him. When you merge into Him, where will you go? Where is the form? There is no form there. But to directly go to formless, it's very difficult to focus your mind. That is what Bhagawan is saying. And in this way, and therefore, when we are talking about the Sagun Sakar, it is easy for the sadhaka to focus his mind, to engage his mind, to fix his mind on something, any aspect of the Lord. It's very easy. Whereas in Nirgun Nirakar, because there is nothing to hold on to fix your mind on, it's very difficult. And in this way, initially, how do people start remembering the Lord? They start listening to bhajans, then the love for the Lord increases, then you want to know the story of the Lord, then once from the story, various stories of the Lord, your love and faith for the Lord increases, then stories become secondary and you want to remember, you start your own direct communication with the Lord by way of puja, etc. Then that puja, etc. also gives way to japa sadhana or manas puja. So now from external you are going internal, goes to manas puja. From manas puja, still in the mind, all the 60 Shodashopchar puja is going on. So many steps are there. Too much variety. So how can I increase my proximity to the Lord? How can I increase my surrender to the Lord? So then from that variety of 16 steps, you are looking for a way how to come closer. Automatically the name of the Lord starts coming out of your mouth. Then from 16 steps, now you have come to one name, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. As you are taking Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, this is also too long. Then slowly Krishna Krishna or Rama Rama or Shiva Shiva or Om Om, whatever. That let the Lord decide, He works it out. But your intention should be pure. Your intention is with full faith and love, you are surrendering with bhav to the Lord. Then from manyness, He will keep bringing you closer and closer and closer. And from this japa, what did we say the japa was? Vaikhari, Madhyama, Pashyanti, Para. Gross speech, subtle speech, causal speech and transcendental speech. He makes it happen. Where did it start from? From singing bhajan kirtan somewhere. Slowly, slowly you are coming closer and closer and closer. And eventually it consummates into you merging into the Lord. And in this way, what is the difference between a disciple and a devotee? I told in the retreat, forgotten, good, I can repeat it again. What is the difference between disciple and devotee? Disciple is he who wants to change himself based on what teacher is teaching, right? Teacher says he's teaching Bhagavad Gita. In the entire Bhagavad Gita, who is changing? Lord is changing or Arjuna is changing? Arjuna is changing. He was in crisis and he comes to clarity. But in 11th chapter, who changed? Arjuna changed or Bhagawan changed? Bhagawan changed. He changed and gave him the Vishwaroop Darshan. Why? In devotion, Bhagawan has to change. Devotee doesn't have to change. Devotee is saying, Jo thari raha hai, so mare raha hai. I am yours, you are mine. I don't want to know anything else. And he keeps working in that direction, thinking of the Lord, thinking of the divine, thinking of his name, thinking of his form, whatever works of him for him, he keeps working towards it. And Lord has to change, meaning he who is Nirgun Nirakar has to take Sagun Sakar and present himself in front of him to bless him, like for Dhruv, like for Prahlad. You see? So make yourself the fit, as you remembered from Swamiji, make yourself a fit instrument. Here, fit instrument is having love and faith in the Lord. So understand, this is the sequence. But Swamiji, bhajan mein maja aata, bhajan mein lage raho na phir. But understand the steps that I have just explained to you. Just like a mother takes care of a child, in devotion, the Lord takes care of his devotee. In Guru Shishya, the Guru is there, but he will make the disciple go through many experiences because the chiseling effect is going on. He wants to bring out the beautiful statue, murti out of him, which is of the nature of divine. Because Guru knows he has perfected himself. He says that in the disciple, that same perfection is possible. So he puts the student to different experiences. Many students leave halfway. When we started our course with Swamiji, we were 65 of us. 65. In the end, how many we were? 27. In the first month, Swamiji said that our kitchen staff has resigned and we are looking for a new kitchen staff. Only the chef is there, and can you this batch, can they wash the lunch dishes or dirty plates? How many? 200, 300 people. Within 3-4 days, 25, 30 people left. I came here to study scriptures, not to wash the dirty dishes of other people. If you can't listen to that dictate of the teacher, what are you going to be able to learn? Then, after 3 weeks, he said, can you, because we're still not able to find the staff, can you do breakfast dishes also? Another 10-15 left. I am a Brahmin. Why am I doing this type of job? This is not my job. Brahmins only study and contemplate, and door is open. Go. Another 3 weeks passed. Dinner plates also. We washed the dishes of all the people in the ashram, including ours, for the entire 2 years. One sannyasi came. He said, I want to study scriptures. Swamiji said, please welcome. But Swamiji didn't say anything. If he had not said anything, probably Swamiji would have kept quiet. But I will not remove these ochre robes. I will sit in the class with ochre robes. When he said this, you know our Swamiji. He says, Acha? No, everyone is wearing white robes. You will also have to wear white robes. He says, but how can I used to wear white robes, then I wore yellow robes, now I am sannyasi. How can sannyasi wear white robes? Then Swamiji said, you are great. I don't think I'll be able to teach you because you are already a sannyasi. Imagine the pathetic condition of a person who thinks because of this cloth he is a sannyasi. Are you a sannyasi because of a cloth? Or are you sannyasi because of your thinking, attitude towards life? complete dispassion towards everything. That complete dispassion can be in any clothes. It doesn't need to be in only ochre robes, isn't it? सोचो जरा, वो भी छोड़ के चला गया. एक एक करके सब कटते गए, निकलते गए. जो all those who could handle Swamiji or were surrendered to Swamiji, or even if they have doubts, were committed to the knowledge, they stayed back. Even there was in the how many 2 years? No, 2 years means 12 to the 24 months. In the out of 24, in the 20th or 21st month, one brahmacharini and one brahmachari, they misappropriated the love and they fell in love with each other and they eloped from the ashram. ऐसे भी होता है. They got the love for the truth which was welling up in their heart suddenly got distracted because senses were not under control. See? So when we are a devotee committed to the Lord takes care of you. He will protect you. He says, Ananyaschindayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yoga kshemam vahamyaham. I take care of them. Whatever they need, I'll give. Whatever they have, I'll protect. Including their sadhana, He'll protect. So, when we have such type of assurance, why should we go around showing our ego? I can do this, I am doing this, I have gone for pilgrimages, I have gone to Kailash, I can do puja, I can do this, I can do. All it requires is a heartful commitment to the Lord. Everything else is secondary. Making modakam is secondary. That is tradition. In every part of the country, the tradition is different. But where is our heart? Is it on modak? Or is it on the Lord? So such people, those who are committed to the Lord, Sagun Sakar, they attain to the Lord very quickly, without delay. Achirat. For the Karma Yogi and the Bhakta Yogi, it takes long time. Because Karma Yogi will first do the karma to purify himself. That purification will lead him to knowledge. That knowledge, again, may or may not. He may still remain in the body identification. But when we are talking about in devotion, the grace of the Lord is aprampar. Any time it can be bestowed upon the devotee. And therefore it says that the sadhaka of Sagun Sakar, the Lord quickly bestows him with the realization. And it is this in the gyaan yoga, in the karma yoga, the seeker is putting efforts to purify himself. In gyaan yoga, the student is preparing himself in one way that the world is too much, I need to come to know myself, I need to surrender. But in devotion, the seeker or the devotee, he does not want to do anything with the world. He just says, okay yaar, jo bhi hai, Bhagwan ko yaad karna hai. He is not worried about, I have to delete the world out of my mind, or I have to perfect myself to deal with the world through karma yoga. These two types of approaches are not there in the devotee. His one only attitude is that Lord is everywhere and I don't have to remove the ignorance out of me. The Lord will do it. Kama, krodha, lobha, mada, matsarya, contemplate on the self, then the darkness will be removed, then the desires will be dissolved. Here the devotee doesn't think about anything of this sort. All he is thinking, whatever desires are there, let them be. Let my desires be all directed towards Bhagwan's name. And whatever the ignorance is there, let it be removed by the Lord himself. So he is not giving value to the ignorance. He is not giving value to the delusion. He is not giving value to karma. He is not giving value to kama, krodha, lobha, the shad vikaras. He is giving value only to the Lord's name, and he has faith that Lord will remove whatever is required to be removed, and Lord will bestow whatever is required to be bestowed upon me. This commitment, this faith is required and that is easy in this path of devotion. And thus the Lord makes the devotee free from the ocean of samsara, just like that. But for that, one requirement, the student or the devotee must take refuge at the feet of the Lord. अपने को वैसा बनाओ, make yourself in such a way that you are it's not you are afraid of him. It's not that you are demanding, please make me one with you. You are going with this feeling that everything is Lord and the only worthy destination is the Lord only. इस भाव से जाओ. And in this way, the student or the devotee, they have full faith in the Lord with the belief that the Lord pervades everywhere. He is the Upadan Karan, He is the Nimitta Karan. He is the material out of which the whole universe is made, and He is the creator of the universe, and He is pervading the whole universe. So where can I escape from Him? I can't. Then where is this question, I want to surrender also? Everything is Lord, so he just keeps remembering Him whichever way he wants to. And how is Lord expressing Himself to the devotee then? Every moment. Every moment. It's not a one all-consuming experience. How is life coming to you? Every moment, isn't it? How will Lord appear? Every moment. So one time it will come as the Ma Saraswati as the wife. Next moment, Mahakali. Next moment, Kali Karali. But it is all goddess only. The same way for wife also, sometimes Narsimha avatar, sometimes Vamana avatar, sometimes under the foot, the Kali. But to see it in that way, the vision is provided by the Lord. So, in conclusion, nobody can ever stay in life without performing actions. Can we? Continuously action will be performed. And so the devotee, he is performing the action for the Lord. Sometimes it will be the chanting of the name of the Lord. Sometimes it may be puja, pada sevanam. Sometimes it may be service to the society. Sometimes it is gardening. Sometimes it is cooking. Whatever life is presenting, he takes it as a prasad of the Lord and sees and does it wholeheartedly. No cringing. No cringing. See? Very important, because you cringe once. अभी एक माँ है मेलबर्न में, and I have been telling her, get married. They were staying at our house only, mom's place, and eventually they fell in love and they got married. She's from Sholapur, and the boy, his parents were in Australia. He was born in Australia. They went back to India. When he finished his year 12, he came to Australia to study, because free education. You get the money from the government to study as loan. So at 18 years he came to our house. For 10 years he was there. And he went only after marriage. So I was telling them, get married. You got married now, have a child, have a child, have a child. But they waited for 4 or 5 years till they had a property. This, आजकल के बच्चे सब 30 के ऊपर ही शादी करते हैं. But after she had the first child, Swami, this is very difficult. मैं आके बेबी सिटिंग करूँ क्या? Huh? Nahi, I'm so tired all the time. Why is this happening to me? I thought it will be an enjoyable experience, but this is, I am very exhausted. कुछ भी करने के लिए मेरे को सिर्फ इतना दम लगता है. स्वामी जी मैं क्या करूं? मैंने कहा मम्मी के पास जा थोड़े दिन के लिए. अकेले नहीं संभाल सकती तू. Then she, thank God she listened. She took the baby, went back to her mother, stayed there for 4-5 months. Then she recovered her health. Because it is important that you recover the health. नहीं तो पहले 3 महीने में बड़ा मुश्किल हो जाता है माँ को. तो अब कह रही है कि स्वामी जी मेरे को आई तो now the boy is about your son, Sage. Yours is 6. हाँ तो this her son is also 6. I said what about second one? स्वामी जी I am ready but my husband is not ready. वो भी मैं बताऊँ क्या उसको? आप बोलो ना उसको. कहा ठीक है मैं बोलता हूँ. So such a person, when he considers, such a sadhaka, such a devotee, when he considers that everything is Lord, he is surrounded by Lord inside, outside, then nothing is his. Everything is Lord's, isn't it? Then he uses this body to serve the Lord. How? Anyone who comes in his presence, whatever is required, if he has the ability, if he has something, he will just offer it. If he has food, he will give it the food. If he has clothes, he will give the clothes. If he has money, he will give the money. You understand? Because it is not his anyway. It is Lord's. So he doesn't think twice in giving something, in serving someone. We must come to that level. Otherwise, you see, even during the retreat, the mothers, what were mothers doing? Except some mothers who were feeding me, but other mothers, what they were doing? They were only feeding their children, not everyone's child. The care and commitment they have towards their child, that care and commitment is not for, if your mind is opened up to accept everyone, then you will take fear. चलो ये लाइन में बैठ जाओ, सबको मैं खिलाऊंगा. नहीं, तू खाल्लास काय, तू काय का नहीं खात, नहीं खायला पाहिजे, उसको जाके लाड प्यार सब कुछ, बाकी के बच्चे. See, so this expansion must happen. And see, when we see the faith, when you come across the character of Draupadi in our Mahabharata, she did not have faith in her husband. She did not have faith in Arjun, the winner of all wars. Whom did she have faith in? In Krishna. And her faith was answered. Complete surrender, complete faith. It is at this complete conviction. Faith is conviction, complete conviction that I will be taken care of when it is required. He is there. But that does not mean for every time, I want to, nobody has done the vacuuming of the house. Bhagawan आके vacuuming कर रहे हैं. नहीं, वो करते भी हैं. हाँ, तुकाराम महाराज में के घर में करते थे. उनकी बीवी बड़ी ऐसी वैसी थी, तलवार थी वो. हाँ, तो वो उनके ऊपर काम छोड़ के चली जाती थी. वो भगवान को बोलते थे, भगवान को ये नहीं बोलते थे कि करो. भगवान क्या करूं, मैं तो आपके प्रेम में लगा हुआ हूँ, आपके नाम में लगा हुआ हूँ, कैसे होगा, क्या होगा. फिर उसके देखते तो सब कुछ हुआ है. ऐसे भी होता है. उन्होंने वो भी किया है. भगवान को कोई ईगो नहीं है कि आई विल नॉट कम एंड डू दिस और डू दैट. ही विल डू एवरीथिंग, बट ही वांट्स someone to completely surrender to him. When that person surrenders to him, Bhagavan is continuously looking for someone. How will Bhagavan express himself? How will Bhagavan express himself? Bhagawan can only express through someone if he is completely available. If this microphone is there, if it is useful for me and I am able to express my sound through this microphone and it is properly recorded, then I'll keep using it. But if this microphone starts making its own sound, khar khur khir khur, what will I do? Chal side ho, change. So Bhagwan bhi aise hi hai. How does he express himself? Through the devotees of his. Which devotees? Who are completely surrendered and empty, have complete faith. Those devotees become the instrument through which the divinity expresses itself. You understand? आपने स्विच ऑफ कर दिया, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी फ्लो बंद. स्विच ऑन कर दिया तो क्या हो गया? कनेक्शन खुल गया. Electricity is able to express as light. But if you put it off, it's off. So when you are chanting the name, when you are surrendering to the Lord, when you have faith in the Lord, switch is on, grace is flowing. And whichever way, you are not deciding how it is going to express. Others will tell. So in this way, that when a devotee prays with faith to the Lord listens to him. The Sagun Sakar listens to him, and he removes whatever the defects, whatever the shortcomings in that person. Yes, Draupadi did say something wrong to Duryodhana. Draupadi did have was hurt when she was told, you share yourself with you five brothers, share yourself, share the prasad with yourself. So she was hurt when she was said that. But when someone has complete faith in the Lord overlooks those shortcomings and still blesses. He purifies that person of those shortcomings. And thus, Saguna Sakar Upasana is easier, is beneficial, is more quickly fruitful. You'll get the results very fast. Because here you have something to hold on to. Whereas in Nirgun Nirakar, there is no base. Nirgun Nirakar, what will you hold on to? There is nothing to hold on to. So everything comes back to the seeker. He has to do something. He has to control the senses. He has to control the mind. He has to do the sadhana. In devotee, he says, you do it, man. Even bring the name of the Lord, he prays to the Lord. If you make me chant, I will chant. If you don't make me chant, I will not chant. But I will not leave you. See? And in this manner, in devotion, the devotee attains God realization by the will of the divine, by the grace of the divine. In Gyaan Marg, the dissolution is brought about, dissolution of the personality is brought about by your own efforts, by your own thinking, by your own practices. You are seeing the difference? And in this way, the Gyani, he cannot, it's not right, but I can say it. It's not right, but I can say it. See, look at me also. Because there is no form, because there is no akar, because there are no qualities, all sadhana has to be done by the seeker. Whereas in devotion, because there is a form which he has appropriated as Ishvara, in his mind, that is Ishvara. The grace flows. Grace can only flow. Can electricity grace you? No, electricity can grace you when it expresses as light. Electricity can grace you when it expresses as refrigeration. Electricity can grace you as that hot iron box to iron your clothes. But electricity cannot grace you. Why? Nirgun Nirakar. It is there, but you cannot use it. You cannot benefit from it. You can benefit from it only when it becomes sagun. Understand? I'm taking the position here from 12th chapter. Huh? So same way, the grace of the Lord, only when we have sagun sakar form, the grace flows to us. From nirgun nirakar, we have to merge into it by dissolving our ego and antakaran chatushtay. So in this manner, I'm repeating this in so many different ways so that we get the clarity. So then what will we do with the clarity? Fall in love with the Lord. कलयुग में यही सबसे easy path है, कहीं और फंसो मत. With this, let's move on. ये क्या हो गया टाइम?
11:45.
हो गया, तब कंक्लूड कर देते हैं. We'll look at the 6th verse in our next class. ओम पूर्णमदा पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरि ओम. You sit quietly for a moment. Hari Om.